Radio.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to Rag House Radio. I'm April Duran, your host. I interview and promote girls and women doing badass stuff in studio this evening. It's all about business and artists and singing. I have the amazing Delilah, founder of Hotbox Vintage in South Pasadena, our sponsor. We also have Ralphy. She's a performer, she's a singer, and absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for coming in. I hear let's see, I better get off Facebook. I hear our, we have an echo. Every time I'm on Facebook, I forget because I'm on blue. Did you guys hear that? You were tripping out?
Oh, that's what it was.
That's what it was. So we are going to talk about women in business this evening. Delilah has been an woman entrepreneur, may I just add, for many years. I can't wait to hear her story. And Ralphy is from Australia. She's a singer, performer. We are going to play one of her new releases. It's absolutely sexy and amazing. Okay. But first, we are going to hear a word from our sponsor, Hotboxvintage.com. Right here she is.
Hi, I'm Delilah, and I own Hotbox Vintage in South Pasadena, California. At Hotbox, our goal is curating vintage pieces that you can't live without. Our collection includes everything from the 1940s to even the early 2000s. What excites us is eclectic and unconventional style, since there's no one-size-fits-all approach to fashion. Hotbox is priced for accessibility so that literally anyone can discover some vintage gems of their own. Plus, it's sustainable. Find us on Instagram and use code RAGHOUSE at checkout for 20% off your first order at hotboxvintage.com.
That's right. You heard her, Delilah. You're going to jump on her website tonight, hotboxvintage.com, and you're going to punch in Rag House and you get 20% off your first purchase. Check it out. Her store is amazing. All right, let's do this, Delilah.
Oh my goodness, thank you for having us.
Yes, Ralphy.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah.
You guys rolled up. I was like, oh, you guys are too hot for the Inland Empire. Hello.
The gangster car.
Oh, yeah, they're in a caddy. They rolled up in a caddy. Delilah, founder of Hotbox Vintage out in South Pasadena.
Yes, yeah.
Tell us your story, but first, really quick, when and what and who inspired you to become an entrepreneur? And what year was it?
So Hotbox opened in 2004, but I don't think I ever set out to become an entrepreneur. It wasn't like, I want to own my own business. I just was obsessed with vintage clothes and getting all
your whole
things
life
together. Yeah. And I opened Hotbox in high school, so I feel like it's been my whole life.
Oh my God.
Liking vintage clothes.
Are you kidding me? In high school, I was just thinking about what boy I wanted to have a crush on. I wasn't even thinking about business.
Too, but
So you started, and so I'm sure you shopped all through high school and you had collections.
Yeah, I mean, when I first opened, it was just very casual. It was in a teeny tiny shop that was smaller than this. It was probably the size of your bathroom. And it was just for fun. It was to hang out with my friends, to share vintage with my friends, to rent out to designers. My mom was a designer. She was the inspo behind shopping for vintage all the time.
Was this in Pasadena, your first store?
It was still in South Pasadena, yeah. It was 2 blocks, yeah.
Can I just jump in though? It was, when I met Delilah, she had the other store, and I don't know how she fits so much stuff in this tiny little show, and the way she had it all displayed and everything. It was amazing.
That's so key. Yeah. That's key, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's probably why, because you knew how to
it was fun.
Organize, and
it was more just how do we make this look so magical and pretty, because all of these pieces are so magical and pretty.
How cool. So did you vintage shop just in South Pasadena, or did you hit stores in LA, blah, blah, blah?
Everywhere. Mm-hmm. I go everywhere. In the beginning, I would go everywhere. And then, Ralphie, even today, we went out shopping together to go find some stuff. Anytime we can go shopping, we'll go shopping. Yeah.
How cool. Now, this was one of my questions later, but I need to know, how did this collaboration start right here? Because you're an artist, singer, and you model the clothes, and Delilah's the entrepreneur business hot. Both of you guys are hot. So how did you guys connect?
So actually when like when Hotbox was like getting ready to grow, we'd been in our location for about 12, 13 years. I remember the day that Ralphie first walked into the shop. I wasn't there, but one of my really good friends was there, and she called me and she was like, this really cool girl came in. She's Australian. She looks awesome. You have to see her style. Like, she's amazing. She's perfect. We were like obsessed with her before I'd even met her.
There's something about Australian people, man.
Right? And just Ralphie in particular. I was just like, I need to know this.
Yes. Yes.
But she first started off just like modeling, like, because she made everything look so cool. And then when we were getting ready to move, it just made sense that we would start a line together and go into business together. So now we do Hotbox together. Like,
I didn't know you were in business.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Wait, when
I'm obviously Delilah is the boss, and so it's probably been 2 years now.
So when I met you for Hot 1039 Local Artist Spotlight.
I maybe just started,
because you guys came together.
We were friends longer than that, and we've been working for Hotbox, doing, like I say, modeling, and then we had this little line that we reworked vintage clothes and things like that, and then it's so crazy. It just goes so fast. I feel because obviously music is my one thing, but apart from music is fashion. Yeah. And music is that's why I love music though, because I can incorporate all the fashion.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it just made so much sense. We were like great at working with each other, even still like working through stuff. Right. So when we moved to our new location and we were going to focus more on our website and the bigger location, then that's when we started really working hard together.
And I have friends in South Pasadena, and I just spoke to my friend Andrea who lives out there. She's like, where is it? You say South Pasadena? And you could easily look, but if you're tuning in, which I know you are, Andrea, it is off of Mission.
It's off of Mission near Fremont, but our whole thing is that you can't see us from the main road. You have to head down the driveway. Yeah.
In the little alleyway, but it's off Mission and Fremont. I remembered Mission. I couldn't remember the cross street, but so there you have it. So South Pasadena founder and business partner, entrepreneurs and the Hayos. That is so awesome. Okay, so if a young girl walked up to you and just said, wanted some tips or advice about starting her own business, she had an idea, what would be the very first thing to tell her to watch out for or to be careful? Yeah, just,
that's a tough one. For me, because this was like a personal lesson of mine, was just like, watch out for letting your feelings control you. Like
sometimes, it's hard to separate it when you've been doing for so long as well and put so much passion into it. And then sometimes you're like, oh wait, am I getting upset because it's my feeling, or is it just, you know what I mean? So that's a good one. I feel like
have feelings obviously, but sometimes like entrepreneurs, like your whole life goes into your business, so you feel like it is a part of you. And sometimes in order to grow, you got to separate yourself. For me, I had to separate myself a little bit.
That must be hard, because remember I was sharing with you when I had visited Hotbox just recently, I was telling Delilah, I was just like, it's weird because I can't come out of this room. Like, I'm in this room. It's because it's here. It's just so close by. And then some days I won't get the, something that I wanted to get, and I get mad. So I'm going to have to learn. And then anxiety. And I'm like, what's going on? Because I never really had anxiety. So I'm just like, I need to calm the F down.
The anxiety is the times of what we're going through now. I never really had anxiety. I get very nervous before shows. Like Delilah knows. Like, I can't eat all day. Like, I'm crazy. But I just find, like, so many times lately, I just like walking around with this like a weird knot in my stomach and just feeling like weird. And then I'll be like, what is going on? My husband's like, that's called anxiety. Welcome to my world. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't like this at all.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, so tip. You heard that. Any entrepreneur, not just girls, women, but if you're going to start your own company, and that's a really hard thing to do. Did you find a way, like a trick for yourself, like how to...
Oh man, just years of like, okay, it's okay. Just because something failed in the business doesn't mean you're a failure. Things like that. It'll just help keep your peace. Yeah, but no, it was just years of being hard on myself. Yeah.
You still have it yourself.
Yeah.
That is so cool. So Hotbox Vintage has been open since Delilah, she launched it in high school in 2004. And so, goodness gracious, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. We were going to have a Sweet 16 this year before COVID.
You can still have it. I even told Delilah I'll go out there and air live and interview all the customers and bring a DJ.
Yeah,
right?
That would be super fun.
Yes.
We have been talking about, because like how we, things have changed a lot, obviously, and we wanted to move online a lot more anyway. So this has been kind of a good thing because we've been able to focus a lot more on that. So that's been really exciting for us. But we still want to have, like, we always had lots of cool events. Actually, that's another thing. I got to perform at Hotbox and so many things. Like, we do so much cool stuff like that people love. So we're like, how are we going to do that safely and everything? But we're lucky enough because we have this big parking lot. So we're hoping that we'll be able to have a few events, like, so it's outdoors, people can be spaced out.
Oh,
can
true.
do things like that. So everyone feels comfortable too. Because we still want, it's a good vibe. We want people who are feeling good, not scared to, like, come out and shop or anything.
Right. Yeah. So, okay. So Hotbox Vintage off of Mission in Fremont in South Pasadena, Delilah and Ralphy, business partners, which I just found out tonight, which is so exciting because they're both amazing and wonder why you guys are so successful. So I just have to ask you ladies now, just if you could put a vision into the listener's head of when you walk into your shop, what are you seeing?
I think, to me, I just love the shop. Like, I love...
Me too.
We have these big mirrors at the very back, which is probably one of my favorite things, and the disco ball hanging down, and the plants when we've got them up and they're alive. And it's just... I don't know. We kind of have our own little, like, not our own sections, but, like, sections in the shop that we're like, oh, this is the glam wall. Or this is where, I love all, like, the summer nighties, and they're all, like, hanging together, and... I don't know. We try to make it cool because we want people to lounge around and hang out too.
I mean, we still kind of want it to be a treasure hunt, but we also want it to be like anything that you pull off the rack is easy to find. And,
yeah.
I love it. This is my view. Like, I love, right when I walk in, I see right away the things that I love catch my eye. Fur and like leather.
That's the glam
and then
wall.
the couch. That's the glam wall. And then the dresses. And then the shoes. And then the purses. It's so fun. And you're right. You guys have the ability to place it however whatever you're doing it right, because you just, I start to breathe hard. I feel, because you walk in and you just start seeing all these cool things at Hotbox Vintage out in Pasadena. So it is absolutely amazing. And I'm just always like in awe of people who own their own business, because it's so hard. And I love, and let's talk about your support systems too, because your husband is a big support system. I'm sure your husband is a big support system.
Yeah, definitely takes a village. Like, all of our family and friends have gotten the text, like, we're having an event, you have to come. You have to be there, you have to work it or whatever.
Yeah. We'll give you some free drinks. That's what I mean. I particularly loved about Delilah and her family and stuff. Like, I was just like, oh my God, it's so right. Because I'm always like, I wish I had my brothers here and my mom and dad, because I know,
because they're in Australia.
They're in Australia. I'd be like, Mom would be like our little, like, sorry, Mom, you wouldn't be getting carried around. And, Mom, you go pick up this. And my brothers, because like when we were fitting the shop out, I was just like, my brothers are carpenters and like boilermate and all this sort of stuff. I'm like, damn it, we could have really used them. But Delilah has an amazing dad.
Oh, your dad jumps in.
The whole family.
I don't know. Your whole family. Like, Delilah's whole family, especially when we were opening the store, was like, and our friends. But it was pretty brutal. We were up like all-nighters basically refitting.
It was 2 weeks before our first like preview opening, and there wasn't even a roof on the shop.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're kidding me.
Insane. And I feel like everyone came in to help, but even like Ralphie and I, like, we would be there till like 3 or 4 in the morning just being like, wouldn't this be so cute?
Yeah, and then like I'm walking around and then we're like, okay, we're gonna go, and then we'd get like, let's just do this now, and then we'd have to be there again the next day. I think I was so tired on our opening. I got home at like 5 or 6 in the morning, and I had to be back at like 9-ish or something.
In the morning?
I forgot to even put my alarm on. And luckily my brain, like, I woke up. I was like about an hour late. I was like, oh my God.
But it was so fun. Yeah. Like, I look back at that was so fun. I think we both just love what we do.
It was really fun. Yeah.
That is so cool. I mean, I know I'm 47, so grunge was huge when I was in high school. So we thrift shopped every freaking weekend, every day. We had our own personal, thrift shops that we liked, and we would walk out with bags, and then we'd walk out with nothing. And then, it was so fun. And there was still a lot of 60s and 70s things you could find, and bicycles, and, with like licenses when you had to get a license on bikes. So I totally get your feeling about, and I still, when I go to thrift stores, I still am just like, and it's so hard to find stuff now. Because it's like, you could find stuff, but the thrift stores that are out here are definitely, over, picked out.
For sure.
That's why we would try to go out, like, sometimes. Like,
where do you guys go? Tell us your secret.
We go everywhere. I mean, it's the thing where, like, you can find stuff, like, everywhere, but vintage, like, over the past couple of years has certainly gotten, like, more trendy and thrifting, and it's more sustainable, which is great. So there's still things to find, but you just got to look a little harder.
Yeah. And I feel like Delilah, because she's had the store for so long, she has a lot of customers that sell us stuff as well. And they kind of know, like, I feel like they start to the ones that you've been buying off for a long time. Yeah, they kind of know our vibe, like with the kind of things that we gravitate and everything now too. So it's like,
we've built a nice little community of people. Yeah,
I have to tell you, and I don't think you guys, I'm sure you guys know, but you guys are freaking amazing because women entrepreneurs, I mean, it's growing. Right now, it's trending. And I love it. There's girls and women with ideas, and the percentage of women owning their own businesses the percentage is getting higher and higher.
So good.
Yearly. Yeah, it's amazing. But you were a pioneer. You had, and for it to still be alive and going.
It's wild.
Because vintage stores, I mean, I see them pop up and I get all excited and then they go because it's so hard.
Yeah.
You guys are still doing it.
We're still kicking.
How crazy
it is really amazing. It is really, to Delilah, like, to have a business that long. Like, obviously as well, like, I do music, but the rest of I've always done is, like, worked in retail and fashion, and I've just seen how much it's changed over the last 15 years and how basically everything is even going on to online and all this sort of stuff. And for us to be able to keep the store going and for Delilah to have it that long, like, it's really amazing.
It is so amazing.
Good job, girl.
I know.
Don't make her cry.
I know. Yeah, and I'm sure your husband tells you too, like,
everyone's so nice about it.
It is cool because, I mean, like I said, anyone could open up a shop, but I think with your passion and who you are and your style, that's what's making Hotbox Vintage just stay alive.
I think that's just the thing, like, no matter what you're starting, like, you gotta love it. You gotta grow with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and loving it doesn't mean you're gonna love it all the time, but you gotta love it.
Yeah. It's an addiction. Like, and we love, like, I think, we just love, like, finding stuff. Like, it's so fun. We're just like, look at this. Like, today we're just out like, oh my god, look at this we found, and we're trying to be really good today. We're just trying to find homeware stuff. Like,
We gotta focus. We went over budget today.
Yeah, we're not budgeting.
That's so cool. And you keep saying online, and yes, everyone's going to be purchasing online, but there's nothing better than walking into Hotbox Vintage at South Pasadena. You can shop online all day. That's amazing. But my favorite is going in and smelling
fun.
Yeah, and seeing the things and touching them and talking to you, and it's just so cool. So if you're just tuning in, I want to remind you that we are talking to Delilah, founder of Hotbox Vintage out in South Pasadena. Jump on her website, hotboxvintage.com. 20% off your first purchase. That's a whole lot of money you're going to save. And you have to punch in Rag House in the promo code, and her partner, her business partner, /singer/performer /hotness from Australia. Yes. Ralphy is in the house as well.
We're not going to
That is so cool. So give us a call. If I know the Inland Empire Women's Business Center out here, I reached out to them. I took classes with them. I Zoomed classes when I started this. So this is like my startup. Like, this is your Hotbox in awesome. 2004. And it's so funny because I walk in and I want so much more. And did you ever feel embarrassed when you first started up? You're like, oh, I wish it looked like this.
There were times. Like, there's
still times where Delilah has anxiety about the shops. And I'm like, no, it looks so good.
Yeah, that never goes away. You always want it to be better, which is good. I feel like that's what helps both of us, like, keep it going.
Yeah,
Change things
because
up. Yeah.
with this, I almost feel not. I'm so proud. Please don't get me wrong. I'm so proud of what's happening here, my startup. But I sometimes I feel a little embarrassed. Like I wish it was an actual studio, like a brick and mortar somewhere. And I think and that's on my vision
That's
board.
what you're gonna get.
Yeah, so I think that's what's just going to keep
the thing
pulling
too.
me.
You don't want to like I think it's like being a smart business person and in any ways, like you got to take like a bit of a risk, but don't go so crazy that it's going to stress you out so much, like either going into debt and everything. That's why you're doing it like the good way, you're building all the stuff up, and then when you're like, oh, it's a little bit scary, but I know I can take this next step and go to the studio, because you've got the momentum and things, it's just like
Baby steps. Stepping stones.
You see it differently, because I walked in here and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so rad.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I just envision this like studio and this, people coming and going and having their own shows and my show, so I have the vision.
That's
it's
amazing.
There.
I can't wait.
So we'll see. Women in business are freaking amazing, and that's why I have Delilah and Ralphy in here. So you could if you have any questions for them, you could give them a call, because you just heard the trials and tribulations, just a tiny bit about owning your own vintage shop that has been going strong for 15 years. Right? That's crazy. And she started in high school, Delilah. That is amazing.
And she still looks like she's in high school.
I know.
Yeah.
Did you graduate from high school this year? Did you? You didn't have a ceremony last year. You can give us a call, 909-477-7321, if you have any questions for Delilah or Ralphie about business, anything. And but right now, oh my goodness, time's already flying. Ralphie, hello, and your music. What's going on with you? Tell us what's happening.
Goodness. Well, I feel like I was like on this whole roll. I had Can't Sleep come out. We did the video, which we shot half of it at Hotbox, by the way. We did all of that ourselves, like me and my best friend, another friend edited it, like the whole thing. Like it was so cool. And then I have had Confess come out at the start of the year. I just got back from Australia, and then I was all like, then we got the next single, and then COVID came.
Oh,
so I'm on a little bit of a like, because I was just saying, the breaks, I'm not allowed into the place where I record and do stuff, where I'm not allowed in yet. I've got one song ready to go as soon as I can get in.
Nice.
Dancing on a Heartbreak. I love it.
I love your style. Don't you love her style?
It's a very 80s vibe, of course.
I love it.
Yeah, and then I've got another song that I know I'm about to do a duet. And then I've got my other producer from Canada just sent me another track. So as soon as I can get back into the studio, then at least I can get that out, which is exciting. And then possibly do some videos and stuff. But I am missing the live thing, and I don't know when that's going to be.
God.
That's my favorite.
You and everybody else, I swear. Here, I'm going to play this. This is Can't Sleep by Ralphie. Ralphie Music on Instagram, Ralphie Music on Facebook,
I think everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Let's see.
there's a little love at the end, but otherwise it's...
somebody's calling us. Let's see. Let me... If you could hear me, just 1 second. Just 1 second. We're tying you in, and we're going to get you paired up. I am sorry. Just a second here. Who could that be?
A little nervous.
Let's see. Who is that? I usually have it connected, but I didn't want to because I thought that's why we were echoing. But
there we go.
There you are. Hi. Thank you for calling Rag House Radio. I have Delilah, founder of Hotbox Vintage, and Ralphie, business partner, in the house.
So the big question I have is, how are your customers reacting to all the changes you made for COVID? Like, what's your favorite thing that your customers are doing that know you, that because of COVID they have to do different, and your customers are like making you happy? Like, what is that thing they're doing?
Oh my gosh.
Do you think the local pickup has been really nice?
I just feel like them being supportive in general has been so amazing. Like right when we had to shut down, people were buying gift cards even before I could even ask.
Yeah.
And then still shopping online. That's been really incredible. And then sharing things all over their social medias.
I love seeing it.
Everyone's been so supportive, just in every single way, through the website, through social media.
And I think
nice.
they do some people, it's funny, some customers have been like, yes, we love this, like we can just order it online and pick it up at the front. And then other people, they want to come back and shop. So that's what we're trying to work out. at the moment? Like, what is the best plan?
That's been my favorite thing. Is just that everyone just sort of seemed to roll with the punches with us, so that was really sweet.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, and that's what happens because you have such a cool place. So I didn't get to hear who that guy was. He hung up. So whoever called, thank you for
question.
Yeah, thanks for the question. That was a good question actually, and it was somebody from Pasadena, I believe. So was it somebody
It could be quite a few people because I told my husband, and my husband told my whole family. Like I said, it's a village that wants to
that is so cool.
I always say that Delilah is like, and her husband met her like the queen and king of South Pasadena.
I love it.
Not true.
I love South Pasadena.
Not true.
Every time I go to Hotbox, I look around and I see all the houses, and I'm like, I want to live here.
Such a cute area.
Here, I got to play this right now. This is absolutely sexy. Check out the music video. How long have you been singing? So sexy, huh?
Actually, what am I talking about? The whole song was about like having an affair, so I suppose.
Is it? Does your husband know about that?
We wrote this a long, long time ago. I either love singing about like, let's save the world and good vibes, or like dark and kind of like scandalous sort of things. Like, I just think it's more fun to write about.
So like, Can't Sleep, it's all about she's out having an affair all night?
Yes, it's so rough, because that's what it is. It's like shooting right into your veins. And yeah, it's like we get so high together, but just don't tell me your name. So it's like she doesn't even know this person, really. But
how
she's just
fun.
Out. Yeah, so we had this whole like concept for the video, and it was really funny. We actually ended up shooting in one of those, apart from Hotbox, with 3 scenes.
Oh, cool. Let's see who this is. Let me just put it over in the Roadcaster. Hi, thank you so much for tuning into Raghouse Radio. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, this is Lee.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Thank you so much for tuning in. I have Delilah and Ralphy, founder of Hotbox Vintage.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Have you been to Hotbox Vintage yet out in South Pasadena?
Yeah, I've been a couple times.
Is this Eric?
But I had a question.
Uh-huh.
Who?
Yes.
I had a question. When I go online and like I see the way that you guys dress up your models, and considering you've been around for so long, would you say that there's like a definitive Hotbox style?
Oh, I think so.
I think we kind of do. We don't mean to. We do gravitate to like...
We try and mix it up, but mainly like when we're shooting stuff, we try and show how you could wear it every day.
Contemporary.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what we love. I love vintage things, but making them modern. Like, I love it when people, like, do that whole retro look. But for most people, I think it's why people get scared of vintage, because they feel like they have to dress like that, or they feel like they're dressing up, like, as a character.
Yeah, in a
Where it's
costume.
like, no, you don't need to do that. You just mix it in with your own style, but then you have something that not everyone else is wearing.
Yeah.
Is there a men's department?
Yes.
We're trying to grow
Did you know that? Did you know that?
We have men's
Sir?
stuff.
Oh yeah, it used to be like really small. That now it's just like they've expanded a lot though since the last time I was there.
Awesome.
We're trying. Girl stuff is just a little bit more fun to buy, and boys could wear that too.
Well, I'm glad that your men's department has grown, so that's
Men's
great.
is so fun to shop for and to dress up. It's just so easy and they look so cool sometimes. Less work.
I just need a cool t-shirt and a cool pair of
Yeah.
jeans and
Yeah.
like, down.
I have a quick question for you. I've always wondered about this. I know my fiance, he's not afraid to jump into like a vintage store or a thrift store and look. Do you ever feel intimidated when you enter like Hotbox Vintage or a vintage shop? And if so, what would be your, advice to not, if you do feel that way? If you don't, then bypass that, please.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I normally am intimidated whenever I walk into any store, for that matter. But I'll say it, out of the times that I've gone to Hotbox, they're very welcoming and they're not overbearing, which also is another thing I like a lot, though, is that some vintage stores or some clothing stores you go into, it almost seems like they're hovering.
Good point.
I do not feel that in any way when I'm at Hotbox. It feels very casual, but it's still professional.
Nice.
So I can appreciate
Oh,
that.
that was so nice.
Very cool. What was your name again? I'm sorry.
Is Lee?
Oh, Lee.
Lee. Okay, Lee. Well, we're so excited. Thank you so much for calling in and tuning in. And I wish I had something to give you. I know when we have like a party at Hotbox Vintage.
You gotta come.
Okay. Well, hopefully you guys post that somewhere so I can know when that happens.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of promotion.
Instagram.
Hotbox
Hotbox
Vintage.
Vintage.
Hotboxvintage.com. Thank you so much, Lee. You guys want to say bye to Lee?
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Have a good evening. Take care. Okay, we have another caller. Thank you so much for tuning into Hotbox Vintage. Who am I speaking to?
This is John from South Pasadena.
Oh, John. We know John.
Well, hi, John. I'm happy to hear from you.
No, like, I went in there one time. They had some music thing, but like, I want to know what's the coolest thing you ever found.
Oh,
my
don't ask me
goodness,
that
it's
question.
too
That's
many.
like trying to
Thank
pick our favorite child. I can't.
Oh, so that's like
I
picking
can't
your.
even think like about some like. There's just been so much good
There's
stuff.
been so.
Where I get so sad. Actually, we just sold a dress.
And it was like sadness
And
to
it
go.
fit me like a glove. And it was this beautiful, like, 90s, like, dress. And
Yeah.
it has, like, a serpent coming down. See, I mean...
It was all beaded.
So that
in
was
sequins.
Ralphie's favorite.
I think that was one of possibly
No,
my
I was
favorites
sad.
gone.
I called Ralphie like the next morning that it sold, and I was like, I
That's so
have some
sad.
really sad news.
So there you go. So they're purchasing things for their store, and then it's
want
sad
them.
to see this. So I guess that would be Ralphie's. What's your favorite piece?
That has to be my most
One of
recent
them.
favorite piece. Yeah, I just posted on Instagram a whole sad story about it too.
Yeah, like we did a whole, like with this like sad music going. It was so cute.
I love that men are calling in. I love that men are calling in and tuning in. So that means you guys expand the men. Wouldn't you agree? Expand the men's area.
All right,
Yes.
we're working on it.
Yeah.
What do you think, John?
More men. Much
much more men.
Thank you, John.
Well, thank you so much, John, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And when they have a event, we hope to see you. I hope to. There he goes. How do you know John?
He's just a South Pass customer, or a Hotbox customer. He comes in all the time. Just
How
like,
cool.
What's new? What's new?
That's really cool.
More men stuff.
How cool. So you guys have dedicated customers.
No, they're awesome. They're so sweet. Yeah.
Hotboxvintage.com. Check them out. We have the founder. We have the business partners here. Ralphie also is a singer and performer, which is so exciting. Okay, what's up and coming for Hotbox Vintage?
What is up and coming? We're working on like getting everything online, so it's just so fun to shop.
We have another caller. You guys know this is really cool, actually. Hi, thank you so much for tuning in to Hotbox Vintage. Who am I speaking to?
Thanks for having me on. My name is Murdoch.
That's my husband.
Thank you for having thank you for supporting your wife. We absolutely love her.
Thank you. I actually have an interesting question because she has been doing this since high school, and I just want to know, since seen you through all types of walks of life, what has just been your favorite thing about owning your own business for the past 16 years?
Oh, favorite thing. Good question. Yeah.
That's a tough one. I want to say like it's all the people that I've met and like built relationships with, like even April, but also like just being able to shop for stuff all the time.
Honestly, that is like
I get high off of shopping for
like
cool
when
stuff.
you're a vintage shopper, like like it's like thrilling.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, we just found this.
Do you ever go?
Crazy.
Do you ever go with Delilah to shop?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's like my favorite thing to do. Sometimes I'm like, oh, why do we have to have these customers that bring all this good stuff in? Because we don't need to go as much. Which it is a good
No,
thing,
I know
really,
you
but-
guys go. Does your husband go?
Oh, yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
better.
go?
Oh my god.
all the time. Whenever we go, well, one time in particular when we went to Palm Springs, he took the day off of work. Sorry, just so he can help us like lug all this furniture into the car.
And thank God he came, because like we found this. Actually, it's in Hotbox right now. Like coffee table tear and these end tables, and we couldn't get into the car. And Paul Murdo had to like unscrew it all and like take it all apart so it would fit in the car. And the big lamp.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
so
my
we had
favorite
to-
thing. Murdoch is shopping with you.
So Murdoch, do you enjoy Murdoch? Do you enjoy shopping with your wife?
I just like spending time with her, but yeah, I'm normally just the one that can carry a lot of things.
That's cute.
So it's rather than have a cart or a bag, I just carry everything. But yeah, spending time with her. And then I'm also with everybody else. I'm always like, we need to make the men's section bigger. So
Okay,
Yes.
we heard you
Spoken.
loud and clear.
There it is. Because you know what, Murdoch, you're totally right. Because I know when I went, John had asked a couple times, do they have a men's section? And then when I go in there, I'm overwhelmed and I'm just
not
like,
thinking about you.
yeah, I forget. And he goes, you're supposed to check. So yes.
Point it out next time we come in.
Yeah.
Murdoch, do you ever see stuff when you go shopping with Delilah and you go, oh, for men, and then you go, oh, we should purchase this?
Well, I'm always making requests for myself, and then I know that's another thing, even though the men's section is smaller, is a lot of guys come in and say, hey, I'm looking for this, and they're really good about finding that. I don't really have a style, and that's where being married to Delilah helps out. She finds stuff that looks good on me. Yeah.
That is so cool. So when did you guys get married? Did you guys meet in high
Is
school?
it 10 years this
We
year?
met in elementary school, and this year we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary.
Oh my God, congratulations, Delilah and Murdoch. That's a big deal.
Thank you.
Here, wait, buddy. This is for you right here.
We did it.
10 years.
We made it.
That's a big deal. I could tell you guys are so close, though, Murdoch and Delilah. Just when I walk in, I could tell you guys are like a major team.
Yeah,
I
you're
love
my
that.
best friend.
Such a team of Murdo. I'm like all the time. I'm like, thank God for Murdo, like savior.
Oh, that's his nickname, Murdo?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Murdo.
I
Well, he's
love it.
Australian. I
All
can't.
right.
You got to cut everyone
And
off.
with all of that,
Well,
I'm going to hop off so that you ladies can continue.
thank you so much for calling in and listening to Raghouse Radio, Hotbox Vintage.
Bye, babe.
Bye.
Bye, Murd. That's so cute.
So cute.
And that's a big thing. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you have to make sure that your partner, your mate, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever it may be, that they're a support
They're
system.
in on it, yeah, because
Yeah.
that is a huge chunk of it. Is your life?
Your
It's your
life.
whole life.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, so up and coming for Hotbox Vintage. I'm guessing just to open up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you guys have tons of. When I walked in, I was just like, oh my goodness, because you guys have so much product just ready.
And we definitely, just correct before I say, but by appointments, we are doing that now.
Yeah.
So any of our listeners that are listening and like with small groups, nothing too crazy because we're just trying to,
slowly but surely.
Safe. Yeah. And then that's what we're trying to work on. Like, what decide, like, if we're.
For sure, we're open by appointment for now, but when COVID hit, we were like, okay, let's take advantage and put a bunch of stuff online so the shop is kind of a little bit crazy, but as soon as we get it cleaned up, then we'll do appointments and then figure out some shopping days for people to come in.
And then events, like we're still definitely going to be doing a big event, which we'll have huge sales on and everything for that. So make sure you follow us on our Instagram and our website.
What date? Do we have a date that Pasadena's closed still, right?
Pasadena's slowly opening. We don't have a date to open yet, but
we'll set one soon.
Yeah.
So they haven't alerted you like, hey, you're okay to open up at this date?
They let us know that we could open at like 50% capacity, but even still, there was so many things that we need to set up so that everyone can shop safely, and so we're still working.
And so
on
we
that.
feel, safe in that too, because Delilah's got a family, and like we just don't want to.
Your daughter,
and we've got some other friends of mine, like our older people that I know, so I don't want to if
their health is compromised.
So we just want to make sure we do everything and then not rush into a thing, and then if it gets shut down again or it changes. So that's why we're like website, and then follow us and keep on all the updates, which will be coming soon. Yeah, we just kind of change our minds, to be honest. Like 1 minute we're like, this is what's happening, and then something happens, we're like, that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes. So I hope we don't echo, and we are. Art Gutierrez says, yo! So there you go. Vivian Murphy, hi from Melbourne. That's Australia. Thank you so much for tuning in. What time is it out in Australia right now?
Let me tell you. If Mum's on, she'll tell. I just get confused. I know what time it is. It's about lunchtime, 1 o'clock.
Of tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, because you guys are way ahead. I love it. That's so awesome. Hello from Vegas.
Ooh,
somebody's tuning in from Vegas.
Las Vegas. We want to do some shopping down there.
Yeah.
Really
my gosh.
Don't tell anyone.
I have done shopping out there with my parents out at thrift stores. You could just find so many cool things. It's absolutely amazing. So now, so that's cool. So we have people tuning in from all over the world, which doesn't surprise me because Hotbox Vintage, man. Why would you not want to know what's going on? So as of right now, to answer your questions, Hotbox Vintage, they're slowly but surely opening up by appointment only right now. They have so much product. You receive so many pieces. When I walked in, I was just like, I wanted to start going this.
To be fair, though, when you walked in, we were certainly still working on ton of stuff.
And we just had got a huge new shipment of everything. But still, there's always a lot of stuff in that
No, but that's the fun part. I get too excited when I go in there, and my fiance always goes, "Don't stay in there that long."
We definitely want you to come over so we can dress you up.
Yeah, we're gonna have dress ups with
that would be fun.
Yes.
And I definitely want to go out there with this radio board, and I want to interview all your customers and promote your shop, and you can sing. And so we're gonna play Ralphie's song right now. Make sure you jump on her Instagram. You have
Spotify too,
and
please.
Spotify. This is "Can't Sleep" by Ralphie. I'm going to blast it real quick, then we're going to... There we go. Love the video. The video is going to make you want to go make out with somebody or something. Because I was watching it going, damn, Ralphie, what's up?
I was all for Halloween, too, so it was very dark. I was a serial killer. I'm a serial killer in the video. We kind of changed the whole plot, and then it was like... So I'd hunt these men, and in my mind, of course, they did something bad. Fabian, you did nothing bad.
Was Fabian that actor?
He was a very cute guy in the video.
Yeah. How come you didn't use your husband?
He would never in a million years want to do that.
No?
That is not his thing. He's a live sound engineer, and he is happy on the other side of...
And he's totally good about that.
Yeah. He doesn't even like when he has to go on stage to fix a mic, before even that gives him anxiety. Just to
I'm sure.
And do that. Where I'm like, I could go do it for you.
Yeah, and do a song and dance. Shout outs to anybody, Delilah and Ralphie. Any shout outs?
Well,
for all our beautiful customers.
Yeah,
Thank you for
everyone,
supporting us.
Thank you. And our family and all our friends. You guys rock.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to put up with a lot of our drama. Something's always
A lot of our feelings, too.
I love the aura you guys have together as business partners. That's why it's working, right?
Yeah, that's what we feel so
Yeah.
lucky.
Fun. I love going to work with Ralphie.
Yay, that's so cool. Well, there you have it. 2 entrepreneurs in the house. That's what I'm all about. Rag House Radio. I love promoting women-owned businesses. Delilah is a pioneer. Started in high school, you guys, when I was
Every time I can what?
popping my pimples and trying to figure out which boyfriend was going to be my boyfriend that week. She was over there, shopping and started a business, and which you thought was just going to be for fun, and then here you go.
Here we are.
Oh my goodness, 16.
Taking over the world now.
16th anniversary. Delilah, if you have any questions, hotboxvintage.com. If you want to shop, hotboxvintage.com. Use promo code RAGHOUSE when you're checking out for 20% discount. Tuning in right now, Can't Sleep by Ralphy Music. I'll let you guys share where they can find you on all your socials. And thank you so much for tuning in to Rag House Radio. But first, go ahead. Go ahead,
You
ladies.
can find Hotbox on Instagram, Hotbox Vintage. We don't do Twitter. We probably shouldn't.
Stay away from that.
Instagram and Facebook, facebook.com/hotboxvintage.
Yeah, and then mine's just all Ralphy Music, RALPHY. I forget, I'm like the supermarket with a Y on the end. And then put music. And that's it. I think that's pretty much on all of that. Instagram, as you use a lot, Spotify, Facebook. And I got my website too, but for quick updates with all of our Hotbox and Ralphy stuff, Instagram, we're like
Way to go.
annoyingly on it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for tuning into Rag House Radio. Hotboxvintage.com. What's up? Delilah, Ralphy Music. Tomorrow night, we're going to have our client, her second show, Juanita Gem, Adventures of a Girl from the Inland Empire, tomorrow night at 7 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a good evening.
Thank you,
Bye.
Thank you.
Signing of the banner.